Two companies, trillions of dollars, and a war that will decide the future of humanity. This is not a story about technology. This is a story about power, about control, about who gets to build God. And right now, the race is already over for most of us. We just don't know it yet. In labs most people had never heard of, it started quietly. Google was born in 1998, a search engine. Simple, elegant, unstoppable. Within a decade, it had quietly become the most powerful data collection machine ever built. Every search, every click, every question you ever asked, Google had it all. But in 2015, a group of the world's most dangerous minds decided that wasn't enough. They called it OpenAI, and they said their mission was to save humanity from artificial intelligence. What they built instead changed everything. Among the founders was the world's richest man, a man who believed AI was the most dangerous technology ever created. But within 3 years, he was gone, forced out, or did he leave? The truth depends on who you ask. What followed was one of the most dramatic power struggles in Silicon Valley history. In November 2023, OpenAI's board fired their own CEO, Sam Altman, in a single weekend. The world watched in disbelief, and then, 5 days later, he was back. Nobody gets fired and rehired as CEO of a $90 billion company in 5 days. Nobody. Until Sam Altman did. November 30th, OpenAI released ChatGPT to the public. 100 million users, 60 days. Nothing in the history of technology had ever grown that fast. Inside Google, panic. The company that had dominated the internet for 25 years suddenly had a problem. They issued what insiders called a code red. The entire company redirected toward one goal: beat OpenAI. The AI war had officially begun. Google had been working on AI longer than anyone. They invented the transformer, the very architecture that makes ChatGPT work. In 2017, they published the paper that started it all. Attention is all you need. OpenAI read it and built an empire. The irony is devastating. Google gave the world the tools to destroy Google's own dominance. So, they fought back. Gemini Ultra, Veo, Eamon, product after product after product. The war had entered a new phase, and the weapons were getting smarter every single week. Here is what nobody is telling you. This war is not about search engines. It is not about chatbots. It is about who controls your doctor, your lawyer, your bank, your children's education. Goldman Sachs estimates AI will displace 300 million jobs globally. Not eventually, within this decade. And the two companies deciding how that happens are locked in a war with no rules. Microsoft has invested $13 billion in OpenAI. Google has poured billions into Anthropic, OpenAI's own spin-off. Even the competitors are funding each other. So, who wins this war? The honest answer, nobody knows. And that is what makes this the most important story of our lifetime. What we do know is this: the decisions being made right now in boardrooms and server farms and research labs will shape the world your children inherit. And most of us were never even invited to the conversation. The AI war between Google and OpenAI has already begun. The only question left is, which side are you on? If this opened your eyes, subscribe, because this is only the beginning.